Yes, welcome back to Energy Boom 101. Dispatch from the patch 12. If you survived dispatch from the patch 11, you heard a lot of discussion about the global energy rainbow. We welcomed Norway, China, Russia, Brazil. There'll be others. This dispatch, live from the Transparent Barrel Studios, brought to you by McClellan's Islay Drilling Fluid. Fracking services by Tall Jim's Caliente. We are going to go ahead and now put the visual behind the story. We're going to go inside. We're going to show you the maps. Going to do this is a patented camera angle we got going. We just back up and we go nuts. But you got Boom U behind you, and T-Mac, if you're ready, let's back this truck up and let's show them the global energy rainbow. All right, who's got global energy rainbow? That was the Walmart cheer to start the day. All right, who's got VCRs? Here we go. Who's got Brazil? God bless Walmart. So this is a global energy rainbow. You've seen it before. You'll see it again. It's unbelievable. It does say global energy rainbow. The whole goal is to just do our best to try and keep up with what's happening in this energy boom that in the United States is going global. I'm going to always review the map in a general sense because it's always nice to keep a big picture. And the really big picture are the top 3 oil producers in the world, and they're on the global stage. Number 1, Saudi Arabia, 11.7 million barrels a day. Have a funny feeling that's going to increase. There's a wicked race going on. Number 2, stand back, that's Flatty Poo. He will rip your head off. Number 2, Russia, 10.8 million barrels per day. Not bad. So, 900,000 barrels behind Saudi Arabia. Coming in at number 3, Stars and Bars, the red, white, and blue Renaissance, 10.3 million barrels a day. That's going to increase significantly, by the way. 1, 2, 3 countries we will watch. We'll check in every day and see where they are, because it's a bit of a horse race. These 3 countries are going to try and supply the rest of the world with their crude. Which brings us to a lovely little segue. Did I hear the bells of boom yet? I do hear the turtles, though. That's a great song. Oh, they're glorious. They'll set you free. Okay, so in Russia, we discussed in Dispatch 11 that China and Russia had signed a big energy pact. Boom! Here it is. So there's Russia, right there. There's China, and there's the black arrow going up to the East Siberian Sea, which is where the pact has been forged in the crucible of the Russian tundra. They're in Siberia, and I think we figured out that it was to the tune of about $85 billion over 10 years. Whoa, hang up, we're all right, we're okay, everything's beautiful. That's just the bells of boom you coming at you. You'll be all right. Hey, where are we at time-wise?
3 minutes.
Oh, we're gold. By the way, the bells of boom will last for another 33 minutes, but we'll be okay. So, we just want to show you, we want to visualize the China-Russia alliance that was forged. The headline, deals by oil giants to jointly explore Siberia reserves, follow week of Chinese inroads around the globe. China's going around the globe because they're trying to get as much energy as they can. When they went to Russia recently, they decided to sign a contract, and it's with Rosneft, and I think it's with China National Petroleum Corporation. And it sounds like it's $85 billion over 10 years. Sort of fun, pretty good money out there. So that's the Russia-China thing. We'll have a face for China. We don't know who it is yet. We don't know who we're going to put up there, but we will put a face on China. In the meantime, the face of China are their 3 national oil companies, and that is CNOOC, PetroChina, and Sinopec. Now, we don't have a face for the USA. We ought to put Obama up there. He's a badass. He's an all-American badass. We're going to put President Barack Obama up there. The face for Saudi Arabia, I don't know. We'll find something. There'll be other faces that pop up. But that's the Russia-China unfurling for now. It will continue. Who else did we discuss at the last dispatch? We talked about Brazil. Now, Brazil, enormous South American country, has an enormous oil field called the Libra, which is interesting because the Pisces didn't produce quite like the Virgo or the Taurus. But they have this big offshore oil field called the Libra, and there's going to be a lot of countries coming there to bid on access to drill. And this gets very heated and very controversial. There's all sorts of issues that emerge. We don't have time to delve into them, but we will tell you the countries that are coming here because that's sort of interesting. You know hey, by the way, let's do a quick overview. Greenland. You know the countries that are going to Greenland? China's going there for engineering and mining. British folks, the Brits, are going to Greenland with Chinese workers for iron. We know the Aussies took the back way in, and they're looking for rare earth. We still don't know what that is, but we love it. The Canadians are in Greenland to mine, I kid you not, mine rubies and sell them to the Chinese. The Scots, we know what's going on there. It's a bunch of BS. They're not there for the deep water oil and gas. They're there for a new Islay plague. And they're also there for the Scottish bagpipe, which is a fascinating concept we've put together here at the Energy Boom 101 Transparent Barrel. Trademark. Scottish bagpipe. We'd love to have John Mayer pitch it. We think he's a good spokesperson for it. The idea is really simple, and I'll go get a bottle. We'll do that for Dispatch 13. You'll see the bagpipe. The concept's really simple. All these glorious, beautiful old Scottish bottles of scotch, instead of being thrown away, should be turned into pipes, and we call them a Scottish bagpipe. And you can smoke whatever you want out of the dang pipe, but just know that whatever you're smoking is also going to be infused with a glorious Scotch essence to it. So I can think of some sativas that would be lovely in that situation. So we here at the TB thought that'd be a hell of an idea. But don't throw these bottles away. Reuse them, put them to a good purpose, create an industry, hire people, create jobs. It's the American dream, but no one knows what it really means. But I digress. Can you get a hold of John Mayer? Talk to him about this? You can't? Are we at 7 minutes, by the way?
Yes, just about to be.
Ooh, nice. That's the subconscious working, folks. That's why this show's not about energy at all. It's about, and we said this, illuminating the chasm betwixt brain and being, one gusher at a time. I could end on that note, but I won't because we still want to talk about Brazil. We gave you the overview of who all's going to Greenland. You know that there's someone, you know what, I'd love to see who else goes to Russia. What other country is going to Russia for the oil? Is France? Doubt it. Make note. And I will, by the way, the next dispatch I'll update South America so you can actually color code the color coding of the rainbow so you can see what countries are represented. But let me just go over quick here. The Libra field, by the way, is that enormous field. This is great. We've got some numbers here. The Libra field is estimated to hold 8 billion to 12 billion barrels of recoverable oil and to generate $1 trillion in government revenue over 30 years. Okay, the field that is being auctioned off, the big blocks, is estimated, and these estimates are probably usually pretty good, actually. As good as you can get, sort of like the weather. The Libra field is estimated to hold 8 to 12 billion barrels of recoverable oil and to generate $1 trillion in government revenue over 30 years. Wow. 11 companies, 10 of which are foreign, which means 10 of the 11 companies are not from Brazil, have registered for the auction. That means they want to make a bid. That includes, hey, look at this, China, CNOOC. CNOOC's in the house. China National Petroleum Corp is in the house. France's Total, welcome to the rainbow. France's Total. By the way, I believe, I like to say this, I believe France's Total owns the largest manufacturer of solar panels in the United States. I think. Interesting twist. And Royal Dutch Shell. Royal Dutch Shell in the house. They should get behind the Scottish bagpipe. It'd be unbelievable. With their economies of scale, they'd go nuts. Royal Dutch Shell. So they're all registered for the bid. But what's interesting is who is not. Get ready. Still, some of the world's largest oil groups, including Exxon, have stayed away. In part, that reflects the major shifts of emphasis in the global energy industry, with hydraulic fracturing technology unlocking enormous natural gas reserves in the U.S. and emerging production areas that are drawing industry interest even to Africa. Ooh, that may be the next frontier for the global energy rainbow is the dark continent. Until then, my friends, we're in Brazil. They're in play. We'll update this with color coding. We'll make note of who's not going to be there so you can sort of understand what may be going on. But also know that, and by the way, Brazil has a state-owned petroleum company called Petrobras, and I don't think too many people invest in it because They don't really make a whole lot of money because they give away their gasoline usually cheaper than they can buy it for, because that's how they sort of regulate their government. Those are choices everyone makes. China makes it, but China does a really good job of blending communism with capitalism, and that'll be another show we'll talk about. Where are we, by the way?
10.
10? 10 and counting? Feeling good? Okay, we don't want to stretch the kids' attention too much here. They are wacky today. God, they're crazy. They spell it with a K. Blah, blah, blah. So, you know, you got the idea that China, France, and Royal Dutch Shell are going to Brazil for an enormous oil field called the Libra. Exxon and a bunch of others are not, because the truth is they don't need to. They've got plenty of oil they think is in friendlier places, whatever that means. There's another little thing we can talk about in the global energy rainbow, and I think we're going to maybe talk about Norway, because they are thinking about investing. U.S. gas boom attracts Norwegian investment, so let's find Norway. We want to welcome them to the global energy rainbow. Norway, right up there. Unbelievable shape to that country, by the way. And Rorschach ink blot test. That's what Norway actually is a Rorschach ink blot test. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Let's see here. So Norway, what's going on with Norway? Oh yeah, they've got they're thinking about, they're going to announce in a year whether or not they're going to build a big-ass petrochemical plant somewhere right around here. Gulf Coast area, Texas, Louisiana. We still have a year to wait to hear from them. So it's a little premature right now to welcome Norway to the global energy rainbow, other than we welcome everyone, and we welcome Norway's participation. Probably one of the better countries, I would suspect, to look at their energy policy and how they utilize their energy revenue for the good of their society. Because I bet Norway's, I don't know, T-Mac may know, I bet Norway's, generally speaking, a pretty healthy country. Now, if that's the case, we also know that they get enormous revenue from oil. As a matter of fact, you may even be able to delve into it and find out that Norway gets more oil revenue in some percentage reason than the United States, which would be interesting, because then you start finding countries that are basically just oil countries, and yet their society does not reflect our society. So where's the difference? Where were the different decisions made? Who knows? We'll try and answer those questions if we ever get to them. I'm going to close on that note. I feel good about this, T-Mac. This has been dispatched from the patch 12. Now, this is a first-time event because we've been squatting the entire episode, and that's never happened before. And I think we gave a few slogans, a few cheesy slogans. We'll get back to you with dispatch. Is someone breaking and entering out there or something? Do we know what's going on? We'll get back to you. I'll be doing a market wrap tonight, so Dispatch 13 will probably be a market wrap. We'll go over the public energy companies. Would you just fling up here? Tonight's episode will be Dispatch 13, and it'll be a market wrap based on all these publicly traded energy companies and where they settled today. It's a great little game to follow. We may learn something about Tommy Ward. You always learn something about Harold Hamm. You salute Harold Hamm. We may learn something about the Maestro McClendon. He's a guest conductor for the First Symphony of Shell. Act One's the Utica. But that's it, folks. Have a great day, and do something beautiful today. 3, 2, 1, boom.